are wearing some sort of national treasure or something. Afterward, Fujimura orders Freya to launch a good hit and clean the road. Later, the dude is blown away to see this bunch at Fanga's jungle. After his beast-warding magic stone runs dry, he thanks this bunch for saving him. He introduces himself as Bridge, a blacksmith and peddler who journeys across the continent. He lays out that he is building networking, gathering intel, and building trust throughout the continent like a sales-savvy dude. He describes this place as brimming with unknown magic stones, and for his peddler's soul, he is fond of it. Turns out that this gummy has brushed off a path to the White Wolf village today. Moving on, he might have to head back to the village by today, calling this his lucky day. Fujimura mentions that they can escort him if he helps them get into the village. There, these two reach a deal and sign it off. Later, he spills the beans of using the teleport stones scattered around the forest. Moreover, he explains that of the three greatest tribes of all time, the White Wolf is a lot scarier. However, this jungle's gold and silver are a true beauty, as that tribe holds hidden treasure deep in the village. He states that his merchant soul refuses to let this chance slide and not make a deal with the White Wolves. Arriving at the top, he tells them that it is the White Wolf village and asks them to be careful. But Fujimura walks in, packing some guts, and gets surrounded in no time. All of a sudden, the head of White Wolf demands to know what these fools are doing here. First of all, Fujimura points at their younglings, who were once kidnapped. However, the head spills that they don't trust the word of humans and wish them a swift return. Bridge tries to make a deal but meets a shower of swords. They all notice the graveyard of countless people, and as the head mentions, their rarity makes them the constant target. However, the peak attack was some years ago, by a dragon under the command of a human clan. He points at the battle axe of the warrior Lupus, who once saved the world as the hero. Even then, he mutters that they were killed off by the likes of men. However, Fujimura throws the deal, asking to restore their honor and pride with the help of humans who can fix this. A White Wolf's child has come again with his father to take a look at the axe of Lupus, the legendary White Wolf that's slain the Demon King, among others. This wolf tells his kin how he honed this himself into a warrior worthy of its greatness. Hence, the kid answers to his father on becoming the strong hero worthy of that axe. Fujimura claims that he can fix the axe for them. Bridge tries reasoning with how this rusty, broken thing cannot come alive even if he tries. Unbeknownst to him, Fujimura is a master craftsman. With one look, he tells about the axe's earth-type rock crusher stone with ground manipulation crystals with a floating stone. With no time to waste, Fujimura vows to patch this old thing in a day. After he touches it, the elderly marks his deadline. He announces his death if he doesn't fix it in a single day. While Bridge gouges his eyes out, Fujimura prepares for the art of arc welding. Next is groove machining, weld pass, and a full penetration weld with slag removal and weld bead. The only thing remaining is the floating stone, which he restores with the help of Bonus. Through a transceiver, Fujimura asks Philosoph Gramps to gather the stones he lists down real quick. Bridge is whacked by this amazing display of dexterity and his strange magic tools. About to wrap up, Fujimura hands this legendary axe back to the head. Bridge bows to Master Fujimura, praising the Lord of Craft and wishing to be his disciple. Even the head is amazed and wishes their generation will never forget this kindness and his crafting techniques. Later, the head declares free passage to Fujimura's company here. Just then, the head requests the bunch to rush out as they arrive at the wrong time. Turns out that their village in two factions is in the middle of a conflict between traditionalists and radicalists. There, he tells this kid belongs to the radicalist member. Fujimura requests they lead them there so he can talk his way out. Rejecting that thought, he mentions a dragon-slaying human village and a Soliwan, the flame princess, nearby. He mutters that this princess, once a black dragon slayer, has become the head of the radicalists. Fujimura comes clean as he tells the head that they have business with the flame princess. The head sends their strongest, Shaga, to lead this bunch there. Shaga alerts the group as they enter the enemy territory. Upon asking, Freya bets that his mother won't join a conflict like that. Thus, Fujimura wishes to see this imposter showing off her true colors. Almost a hit, Fujimura takes this beast head-on and alerts the others to be on guard. As they call Pip, the scheme of White Wolf, Fujimura roasts this dog woman. Just then, Pip calls her mama with tears in her eyes. This dog woman refuses to cut Pip, Luna, a slack after she escapes like a weakling. Flipping his lid, Fujimura shed light on a whole lot of trouble she faced just to get here. However, she asks this lowly human what he can do about it. Freya tries treading lightly, but this dog woman only knows the barbaric ways of hooligans. Fujimura asks how radicalists are any different from traditionalists, as the dog woman bets they die at the hands of the beasts in the forest. Although she spills that the next leadership contest will decide who is the real White Wolf clan, Shag explains the victors will bow their obedience to the other. At the contest, the wolves point at the Flame Princess sitting on the throne. With a 4-on-4 showdown, the Old Coot with Kavaki, Elgun, and Shaga against Jija, Volgol, Amoru, and Flame Princess. A lad tries talking Jija out to get her daughter out of this mess, but she says that she no longer looks at her for help anymore as she hates her now. Not to mention, she helped her flee the village to begin with. Volgol against Fujimura shocks the ground, who wishes to change the rules. Thus he declares himself solo against the four. From this road, Fujimura might likely turn up as a king. Bridge is damn sure that his master has cracked brains. The fours don't give a damn and unleash their wrath against this stinking brat. Fujimura shows his full-fledged guts on the line. Amoru heads Fujimura's side with his fastest blade arm that's kicked out of the way by Lufril. This cracked brain tells the egghead to care about Freya. If not, the lads might dance off willy-nilly like free fire. Thus, the wolves are ready to break the necks of Freya and Pip, but Pip throws the White Wolf like a volleyball as she calls Freya her friend. Fujimura gives off a proud smug to see Pip's slavery curse wearing off right about now. Later, Jija and Jaga join forces as the White Wolf combo team to take a win home. A White Wolf shot, the secret technique of full pulse mana, commences. The head calls this the hardened rivals of the diamond. But Fujimura and Lufril knock them aside in no time. Fujimura tries mocking the Flame Princess to join the show already, or he will offer a fresh shot of an iron right there. Years ago, Mares left Freya to save the people in trouble and waited for her strength. She finds Fujimura's reckless challenge amusing. With the mask down, Freya is shocked to her core to see her mother's scornful look at the throne. Thus, Mares gives Fujimura a dazzling display of the beastification technique of the White Wolf tribe. The head whispers that this makes the wolves lose their sanity. Fujimura asks Lufril to step aside, as it's time for his old-fashioned ways to settle this down. After smacking the Jiji and Jaga mega beasts away, Fujimura uses the transition to confuse the enemy and hammers them on the ground. After that, Fujimura stands before Mares to quit the crap and march down here and face him off. Suddenly, Elgun slashes his own king as betrayal and Freya storms to his side. Turns out that their Elgun died a long time ago. There he calls himself Alamumi, subordinate to Telzero of the 6 great demon generals, commanding the 5th division. While Alamumi barks on and on, Fujimura decides to hold this fight as he rushes to beat the crap out of this dude. Freya hurries to the head. Alamumi yap about Fujimura's lot are masters of invading other people's businesses as per usual, like in Bonas. Turns out that Fujimura has wrecked Alamumi's plans since the day he stepped into this world. Can't blame the lad for pissing this much off. He even claims the village's division strategy worked well internally to shut down any warriors like Lupus to rise up again. So he blurts out whipping the Flame Princess and some sweet words to buy off the other side to cause a rampage. Thanks to the Vice Commander, Zaif, the Mimic's knockoff acting skills came in handy as Flame Princess. With their plans going down the hill, Alumni has set his eyes on a much more interesting bunch to play with. Alamumi tells the whole 5th Division to have a bloody party. This whack brain slashes his beast's head to show the creation of a hybrid, as Bona's experiments pay off well. Thus he whips out a demon dragon Roniga like the same black dragon that dusted this village to the ground before. Suddenly, Fujimura assures the head that he will get this job done quickly. With Freya, Lufril, and Pip beside, Fujimura's manufacturing is on the rise yet again. This joker has kept track of Fujimura's manufacturing to know that this young boy is pretty dangerous alongside others. He calls him the true anomaly from another world. Not to mention, he assures the lads that he has come prepared to rip their souls. Suddenly, the bunch is caught in a magical circle as Alamumi calls for transfer and completes the division. In the Great Vern Jungle, Alamumi believes that he might have isolated himself for himself, while the rest are sent off to other destinations with their surprises. Turns out that Fujimura is paired with a White Wolf dud. Alamumi knows his transitioning ability, which is why he sent them all to different locations. Hence, Fujimura has to go through him to get to them. Through Transceiver, he assures the group to stay in touch or get their butts off those grounds in a hurry. Upon asking, Alamumi calls himself the strongest, which puts Fujimura in relief as he gets the worst bite of the bread. It sounds like it will be a blast for this dude to beat his ass. Body hardening the second gate. Fujimura thinks to settle this with one shot of blast at max firepower. With the transition, Fujimura lets out the chisel impact in his grasp. Looks like this demon has the regeneration perk of a lizard that needs a massive blow to take him all out. Facing an off-commander class threat, Fujimura admits to having encountered the most powerful jerks of all.